Detective Emily was called to the scene of a crime in the quiet neighborhood of Maplewood. The victim, a young woman named Sarah, had been found dead in her apartment, and there were no signs of forced entry. The only clue left behind was a mysterious note on the kitchen counter that read, "You'll never catch me." As Emily began to investigate the case, she discovered that Sarah had been working on a big project for her job at a software company. The project was top secret, and only a few people had access to the information. Emily started to suspect that the killer might have been someone who wanted to get their hands on that project. The detective questioned everyone who had access to the project, but nobody seemed to have a motive for murder. She also interviewed Sarah's neighbors, but they didn't have any useful information either. Emily was at a dead end. Then, one day, Emily received a mysterious phone call. The caller claimed to have information about the killer, but they would only reveal it if Emily met them alone in a deserted alleyway that night. Despite her reservations, Emily decided to go. When she arrived at the alleyway, she saw a figure in the shadows. The person handed her an envelope and quickly disappeared into the night. Inside the envelope, Emily found a note that read, "Look closer." Emily examined the note and realized that the handwriting was identical to the note found in Sarah's apartment. She started to put the pieces together. Emily went back to the office where Sarah worked and asked to see the project. When she was given access to the project files, she found a document that had been edited just hours before Sarah's death. The editor was Mark, Sarah's coworker. Emily confronted Mark, and he finally confessed to the murder. He had been jealous of Sarah's success at the company and wanted to take over her project. When Sarah refused to hand it over, Mark killed her and left the note as a distraction. In the days that followed, Emily couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. She had been so sure that Mark was the killer, but now she wasn't so sure. She pored over the evidence again and again, looking for any sign of a mistake. Then, just a week after the trial, there was another murder. Emily was shocked and confused. How could this be happening? She started to dig deeper, and eventually, she found something that made her blood run cold.